got me a nice Yeti bottle here, stainless steel, insulated, and some parachute cord, 50 feet of it. And gonna make a net, a carrying net for this bottle, make it a little more usable. And you know, my bro Jason Momoa is trying to knock down on the plastic, even though we got plastic parts and nylon and all that other junk, but I guess you could use yucca fiber or something. But anyways, I'm gonna show you how to make a net for one of these. Takes a while, so be cutting here and there. Gonna unravel this 50 feet. Gonna start out with a loop. Let's see if I get the right size knot here. Yeah, I like that. Trying to make it just the right size, but fingers are a little stiff today. So maybe about like that. I'll cut this excess off later on. What we want to do is make a bunch of flower petals, but it takes a whole lot of pulling string. Okay, so we're starting out with the circle with the knot, then we're going to do like flower petals. And I've cut this parachute cord down to 25 feet, so hopefully that'll be enough. So we're going to go through that loop. And make a little knot each time. It'll be through the little, it's a whole lot of pulling. There's other easier ways to make a carrying net, but this is kind of a fun one once you get it going. So we'll just keep making these little flower petals here, pulling the string through each time. It'll take about an hour to get this thing wrapped up. So what I do is go just like that, make a little loop, and then come through that one. Ooh, come on, fingers. And then we'll start tying in on each one of these as we get around. So if we get about 6 or 7 petals, then it'll start going up the bottle. Alright, so here's what we're starting with now. We've got the bottom, so the bottle's going to be on there. And then I'm going to start looping little knots off of each one of these little flower petals. And then come up to the next series, and then it'll start draping around the bottle as we go. And so just keeping yourself not getting confused on which one you're at is the only trick. It's not too big of a deal. So you're going to loop around and come through. Pull your slack through. The longer the rope is, the longer it takes. So there's one off of one flower petal. Get this one right here. And if you run out of rope, you can always tie on an extra piece. So I do that little fold, and through that little loop. Go to the next one. Underneath. Do a little like that, and through that. Tell you what, this nylon's a lot easier than pulling yucca fiber, and probably a little bit stronger, lasts a little longer. So underneath again. And I'll show you how it progresses in a little bit. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm starting to work my way up this bottle a little bit here, so how was I doing that? Yeah, this is going through the kind of making these webs smaller, a little bit smaller each time, or maybe the same size. I'll connect to that and then I'll start pulling it up the bottle, but you gotta go real slow with this. That's what it's starting to look like now. Nice little carrying net. Alright, so I got this about pulled up as much as you're gonna get. So I'm gonna put a band around the top here and cinch everything up tight. So I'm gonna just go through all the top of the loops here, so I'll probably tie onto the one that I left off on. Leave some extra and just trim off the excess. I think this should work, we'll see. As long as your water bottle doesn't fall out one of the holes, you're good. And this does take a little bit of practice, and I haven't made one of these in a long time, and I usually use like 2 or 3 liter water bottles, because the plastic ones, of course, the old soda bottles, we use them for canteens. But steel is a little bit stronger. Just keep pulling these through the pedals. Try to stay in focus here, sorry about that. Something fun to do after paying bills, kind of decompress, huh? My friend Gerald Clark taught me how to do this little weave. He's from the Kauai Reservation. I'm not much of a weaver or a net maker, but this is kind of a fun one to do. Just keep going under each one until it Feels like it's tight enough and we'll tie off somewhere. Okay, so got this thing finished. There's the flower pattern. Spiderweb design, whatever you want to call it. This was a birthday gift and I figured I'll make it a little more usable. I put a little handle on there. Just tied into the top of the knitting. It's super strong, not going anywhere. I guess you could even tie on your lid so you don't lose it. And if worse comes to worse, you could take it all apart and use it to build a shelter or catch some fish or whatever you need the string for. Make a bowstring out of it. Kind of fun. Took about an hour. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.